So one of the questions I get a lot from patients that come in is how much is braces, how much is Invisalign? It's very common on the phone calls and when you come in for your initial exam. So with Sims Orthodontics, one of the great things is your first exam is complimentary. You come in, we take all your records, and then we do a complimentary insurance benefits check too. So what I like to tell patients is there is a range from really complex cases, which is, impacted teeth, jaw surgeries, cleft palate patients that we treat. It can be over $7,000, but a lot of times it's between the $5,000 to $6,000 range. And that's the maximum that you would pay. But a lot of times insurance will pay a percentage, $1,000, $2,000, up to sometimes $5,000. And then the rest of it we can spread out to make sure that your monthly payments, a lot of times are under $200. Down payments, we'll work with you that, and my treatment coordinators are amazing in making sure that we work with you so you can get the smile that you want. And if you're a patient that's had treatment before, a lot of times we can do some Express Invisalign that is just a couple $1,000. Appliances, expanders, and all that are also a lot more affordable because it's usually just a one-time appliance. But that's probably the biggest concern and questions that patients have. And I want to let you know that when you do come in, there's no obligations, and we always want to make sure that you feel comfortable and that we can work with your budget so you can get that perfect smile. So when it comes to financials with braces and Invisalign, a lot of patients are coming in with concerns about how much it's going to cost, are they going to be able to afford it. And a lot of times when they come in for their complimentary exam, when we look at their insurance and we go over everything and we were able to spread out the payments and we have 0% interest along with that, their minds change. They realize it actually is a lot more affordable than they realize. And one of the examples is I had this single mom came in, and their little 12-year-old boy really needed braces. And she was very concerned about how much it was going to cost, and she'd heard all these things and researched stuff on Google, and she just told us that she had a guideline. Her monthly payments needed to be under $200, and she'd only put about $800 down, and we were easily able to work with her because she had good insurance too to make sure that it worked well within her budget. And she was really just amazed and super grateful that she came to see us and that her son was able to get his teeth fixed before high school, and so we can have that confident smile. And that's just one of many stories when people come in and they realize that when we were able to work with them, their budget, it ends up being much less stressful than they initially thought. So we have a variety of treated thousands of patients, and we have everybody that comes in with different complexities. And the question we ask is, how do you determine how long is it going to take? What's the complexity? Are you going to be a good patient? So a lot of people assume that Invisalign costs more than braces. And most of the time, braces and Invisalign is usually the same cost. A lot of times, if it's minor treatment, Invisalign is going to be less expensive because we can be more focused on certain teeth instead of having to treat the whole mouth. Sometimes braces can be faster when it comes to when we need the growth and development kind of stages when people have big overbites and stuff. But for the most cases, braces and Invisalign for us are usually very similar or the same price. And a lot of times patients are surprised that they're candidates for Invisalign or that it's similar or sometimes less expensive than braces. And being an Invisalign Diamond provider, we've treated thousands of cases over the years, and they've come such a long way that most people can be treated with either braces or Invisalign. And we like to give patients both options and go over the pros and cons of both. So at Sims Orthodontics, we give a lot of opportunities for people to make braces and Invisaligns affordable. We have the 0% financing. We don't charge any interest when we finance the treatment out. And we can do that for the length of your time, either 18 months, sometimes 24 months, to help get your monthly payments to a reasonable number that works with your budget. Also, we give military discounts. We have Navy Federal discounts. We have professional discounts. So we like to give, when we can, different discounts. Sometimes it's through the companies that we work, the bracket companies and Invisalign, or sometimes it's just we run it throughout the year to help our military families, help our Navy Federal community, help our teachers, and then help our friends and neighbors. And so all those things, my treatment coordinator will make sure that we work with you to make sure we get the down payment, the monthly payments, and any other concerns or fears that you have resolved so that you can get that smile that you want. So if you've been putting off coming to see the orthodontist, I want to let you know that if you come see our Sims Orthodontics, our exams are complimentary. We get you in, we take records, we do a complimentary insurance benefits check, we do a digital scan of your teeth, and we go over all the different treatment plans that you may have, make sure that we understand what you value and any concerns you have. You get to see me. You don't see an associate or you don't see an assistant. You see me every time you come in for your exam and then any other treatment that is needed. And that's, I think, a big deciding factor to make sure you're seeing the owner and you're seeing the orthodontist at each of your visits. And I just think it's a great experience. Patients really love coming in. They get a tour of the office, and we have a few little surprises, and we give all your records to you so we can send them to your dentist. And it's just a really neat experience. And I say, if you're considering orthodontics, you've been putting it off, it's not scary, nothing hurts. And when you come in, we'll make sure that we cover all that your concerns you have and make sure you get that smile that you want.